and namaste. Welcome to Asamanya Ordinary People in Ordinate Journey. I'm your host and host Smita Iyengar talking to you from Finland. So today on Asamanya, who do we have? So we have a teacher, a life coach, and a art of living coach, and someone who is here to talk all about mental health and stress and yoga and breathing practices, whatnot. So let's not take time and let's welcome Nivedita here on the show. This is Asamanya. Namaste, Nivedita Srinath. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Asamanya.
Namaste, madam. You.
So, Nivedita, I was just, like introducing you as a teacher, as a life coach, as a mental health expert, and whatnot. I mean, the various fields of, this kind of, how do I say, the nurturing field you come from. So, if I have to ask you, who is Nivedita Srinath according to you? So, if you can tell me, then what would it be that you would tell me?
By profession, I'm a trainer and a counselor,
Mm-hmm.
and by fortune and by passion, I'm an art of living teacher.
Okay, yeah. So, when I actually asked you about this, like when I hear this life coach and then, art of living, and how do you actually relate the two? And why did you get into this journey at the first place? I mean, what made you choose this? Because you said you were a teacher earlier. So, from teaching and, like what made you to shift here and what was the trigger points? And, what did you actually teach? Like a teacher, as in what kind of a teacher were you, is something that we would really like to know.
Yeah, my journey started somewhere more than 2 decades ago now,
Yeah.
when I joined as a school teacher. Okay, of course, I have been tutoring right even before that, maybe.
Mhm.
Tutoring has been my journey wherein I was tutoring children from school and college. Even my classmates, I did, help them out by teaching them our subjects which we were learning. But apart from that, I joined as a teacher, as a parent teacher,
Mhm.
when I was invited to be joining because of my daughter.
Okay.
Joined the school, uh, I had, what do you call, than the writing part, the oral drilling
Mm-hmm.
was, I had taught her a lot at home. And the teachers or the coordinator, the principal of the school were very excited to know, like, how this child knows so many aspects. And then there it is that they called me and asked me to join as a teacher. Though I didn't have a formal degree,
Yeah.
that whatever, the B.Ed degree, then they asked me to join and I joined there. So I knew that teaching is my, has been my passion. I always like to teach. This I had known with the journey of my tutoring, what I did along with my education.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Of course, I knew that language has been my strength,
Right.
and I did teach English. But along with that, I loved the subject of value education.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Nice.
I had a lot of interest in that, and luckily, I got an opportunity to teach the value education also as an elective subject in certain schools. And there I started my journey of formally teaching.
Okay.
But then somewhere I used to always feel I shouldn't be there in that boundary, some
Mm.
freedom, need something more than that. Then we moved, we got transferred to various other places. And then I slowly moved into the teaching of higher classes. That is, I had a leap to the college students.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, before I even got into the college, I had an opportunity to train the bankers, the
Mm-hmm.
banking sector for language. English language is one of the subjects they have, and there it is. I had trained them on English language training was given.
Okay.
Then Then it is that I got into trainings also, along with teaching the students of college the English language of theirs in the curriculum.
Mm-hmm.
I also got into trainings. So
Right.
there I got opportunities from banks, then corporates, and various institutes wherein
Mhm.
I started my trainings.
Wow. Okay. So you said you also mentioned this corporate training. So what kind of trainings was involved in this corporate industry? And
Mostly it is the soft skills training.
okay.
Uh, skills training, yes.
Okay.
And of course, again, like what we call the life skills also.
Yes, yes, right. So when you say life skill, okay, now this is something that builds up the curiosity in me that, when you say life skills, what exactly do you count as life skill? And like what exactly, I mean, can you teach about the life skill? That is something that is I'm very curious about.
Yeah, it is trainings. I wouldn't say it is teaching, it is training. So there's
Right.
a difference, isn't it? See,
Yeah.
as we know, we have a difference in counseling, there's difference in guidance, mentoring, teaching. Everything has its own. All are in, though in the same uh, vertical maybe, but they're all different. What do you call bars in that same pillar. So as you said, life skills. I I strongly believe that life skills is what makes a personality
Right.
because those are the basics a human should have.
Mm. Mm.
When you say life skills, it is the integrity,
Yeah.
the honesty, or the hard work, the sincerity, like being, having the belongingness, ownership of
Mm.
any work you do, respect towards, or you call the dignity of labor, whatever you do, have the dignity for it.
Mm.
It's not any work which is like big or small, but
Mm.
whatever job you do, if we have ourselves have dignity towards it,
Yeah.
I have that satisfaction. I
Yes.
will be happy.
Yes.
That happiness is what is more important. That contentment is very important for me. Then comes the monetary benefits.
Right, right. So, Nivedita, I want to ask you this, like a very trivial question. What exactly is the difference, I can ask, do you see with the current generation and, like a little bit older? Because you would have seen like people from across generations who would be attending your trainings and, coachings. So, what is the kind of difference do you see? Do you think that the younger generation is more focused, they are more like more determined in these things, or do you think that they're only at the surface level? They seem to be determined and focused, but they're very shallow.
Yeah, see now it is of course this generation, the so-called Gen Z, are having a lot of exposure. What the older generation or the generation behind didn't have it.
Mm, mm,
Didn't have that exposure. So somebody asked you to go and study this, huh? Okay, sure. Mama, dad has asked you to go and join this course. Do it.
yeah, yeah.
How we that generation or our generation did it. But when it comes to this next generation,
Mm-hmm.
they have ample number of options in front of them. It's
Yeah.
a platter in front of them. You choose.
Yes.
In fact, I'm pursuing the career counseling course. Uh, to be very specific in counseling, I am pursuing a career counseling course wherein get to know that there are 700 streams which open up for people to study in
Wow.
India,
Wow. That's quite a
which
lot.
uh, there can be they have to do a lot of exploration.
Mm,
Today's generation feel feels that they know it,
right.
but there are lot of
Yeah.
that the difference between the artificial intelligence and the absolute intelligence.
Yes, yes, yes. Because to be honest, what I have noticed is now that everything is available with the AI, like you said, artificial intelligence, it is so handy. In fact, I have even seen many people, like choosing to write the captions of their social media posts also using the chat GPT. So, yeah.
I usually made in my classes also when I took my classes for English. I would be glad if it came out of your creativity when I check your answer sheets and when I look at your captions of your social media handles. It is such a huge difference.
Yeah, that's what actually I meant because
Yeah,
yeah, it is
that
like
has to be right.
yeah, it is like so much of dependency on something else. So yeah.
What happens is I appreciate. I'm very much like uh, glad to see how the AI has been helping out and very much like has become an integral part today of every profession is what I am seeing.
Yeah, yeah.
But when you what about the creativity? Then people are like, oh, we don't have time.
Yeah, because it's like when you have to think about something creative, then you need at least, some time to think and then write. But when you can do it in, like few seconds, and then you can just refine it, modify it somehow, and then, just copy paste, then it's probably a lot easier for the kids to do that. So, yeah. But
So, but then, yeah.
But what about the flip side? Like, for example, okay, let's leave the creativity alone. And what do you think how the social media, or, without using that, okay, without using AI, if I just write some caption on my own, do you think that, like the crowd now, because everybody is writing something fancy, and then, don't you feel like left out? They're actually trying to catch up with the trend, and, like they also want to prove to the world rather that they could do this, that's also another point that we could think of.
Where do you think even this comes from, for that matter?
Hmm.
AI or the quotes or the captions, what they get from? They're
Yeah,
getting it from AI, yeah, but where? Somewhere it is fed, isn't it?
that's true, that's true.
Where somebody would have done it.
Yeah, yeah.
Where it is. But yeah, I wouldn't say, see, any impromptu or a spontaneous, maybe a quote,
Yeah, yeah,
or for that matter, a rhyme. It
yeah.
can be just right, isn't it? It can become catchy.
Yeah, exactly. And honestly, when I have to say this, I admit now, for example, we are recording these YouTube videos. Sometimes I actually feed in the description, details to the AI, and I ask to write a nice description. And unfortunately, it has given me the similar kind of words in all the episodes. I'm like, no, if you have to do this, then I'm not asking you anymore.
Yeah, see, there was a quote somewhere. Like, I was so very impressed with that. Mm, I had saved it as my, I put it as a status for a few days also.
Mhm.
I wish the AI did my dishwasher and washing machine job and let me do my creative job.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So, Nivedita, when we come up to, like, I have another question to ask you. Of course, I'll have like thousands of questions to ask you today. But yeah, what I was thinking is you also said you're a art of living coach, and this. Do you think that our ancient sciences, or the pranayama, or the art of living, or the breathing, has to do something with the the physical well-being also, and along with the mental well-being?
Yes, of course.
Right.
Right. You know, see, it is simple. When I breathe, deep breathing. See, now I'm breathing. We
Yes.
all are breathing. Yes, that's how we are alive.
Mm.
See, what happens is when I learn the technique of breathing,
Mm,
when I understand the right way of breathing, then it is that more of oxygen goes inside.
right.
When more oxygen goes inside, it is obvious that my energy levels go high.
Mm,
And
yes.
when my energy levels are high, how am I?
Right. So you're obviously doing.
See, it is a cycle, you know. When my energy levels are high, automatically I'm enthusiastic and I'm happy and I'm doing my work. Oh, yeah, let me do this, let me do that.
Okay.
And then whatever you do also comes out very nice.
Mm,
You are appreciated, you get accolades, you're important, maybe, with which again you're inspired to do your work much better. So it's a cycle. If
yes.
you're energetic, you're happy, and with which you do your work, and that work comes out well, and it becomes a cycle. So
Yeah.
when I do my pranayam, my Sudarshan Kriya on regular basis, it is the breathing exercises will uplift your energy.
All right. Okay.
Mm.
This is quite interesting to know. And when we talk about mental health, so what do you think is the most important thing to boost your mental health, or to be active mentally, and what kind of exercises do help, or in what way a person can stay mentally fit for long?
You want me to give one word answer?
No, no. I mean, it's
If it
it's a
is
20 mark
so,
question.
yeah. See, if I had to give one mark answer, it would be meditation.
Okay. Yeah.
See, it is very beautifully told by Gurudev Sri Sri Ravi Shankar,
Mhm.
who happens to be our guru, the mentor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that if I have to be, what do we do? If I have to be, if my dental hygiene, I brush my teeth.
Right.
For my physical hygiene, I have to take my bath. Have to take my bath. Same way for my mental hygiene, I should be meditating.
Nice.
So that important is meditation. The meditation washes off the old impressions on the brain.
Mm, mm.
With and with even the breathing exercises, what happens is toxins are thrown out.
Right.
Toxins are thrown out. What exactly happens is, see, every day there is a vehicle coming singing around our house to pick the garbage, isn't it?
Yes.
What what will happen if I don't give the garbage what is there in the house?
Yeah, so it'll just accumulate, right? Yeah, that's true.
That's stinking, isn't it? It
Yeah.
starts stinking. That is what is happening with us when that emotional garbage in us is not removed.
Right.
We are all filled with the emotional garbage. Sometimes we are not able to share, we aren't throwing it out. Somebody insults us, somebody has told us something, and we aren't able to
Yeah.
express, give it out.
Yes.
Okay. What
Yes.
happens is getting accumulated inside, with which there is anxiety, there is stress, there is depression, there is like, so many things around what we see today.
Yeah.
At such age, people committing suicides.
Right.
Yeah, fortunately, Bangalore happens to be the suicidal capital.
Mm-hmm.
Highest among the suicidal cases is the students, the worst part of it. Then
Yeah.
comes the profession. So what happens is, if I am not throwing this garbage out, with that accumulation, people are suffering
Right.
and aren't expressing, and then it comes out in some or the other form.
Correct.
Now, how can that be stopped? How can that be taken care of? Is by practicing the breathing exercises and meditation on a daily basis. If
Mm.
they do it on daily basis, as in your regular routine, this garbage is thrown out. That is the toxin which is there inside, which gets cleared. The carbon
Mm.
dioxide is thrown out. More of oxygen goes inside. See, you observe, when your energy is high, You are not sad, you're not low, you're not
Yeah,
doubting, you're not
yeah.
confused and all that. Rather, you have clarity, you
Mm,
take better decisions, and you are what do you call, bold enough. All this can happen to you if you are a regular practitioner of meditation and breathing exercises.
right.
So, and this we have seen with so many participants of ours who come and tell the drastic transformation which happens in them by practicing over a period of time.
Mm, mm,
So,
yeah. Yeah, because yeah, this is also another thing that for a jittery mind, meditating is also difficult because they won't be able to have that one point focus at all. So, is there a way to get to that?
ah, that is why we got to get them do the breathing exercises.
Okay, yes.
And also they have to be, and also that's the preparation we do for meditation. But prior to that, before they get into the Sudarshan Kriya, they have to also be doing certain physical exercises.
Mm,
It can be yoga, it can be simple body rotations, maybe, or even if they are into aerobics or into gymming or any kind of physical activity, they do it prior to the breathing exercises, then do the breathing exercises, and then get into meditation, wherein they are relaxed.
right.
The body gets relaxed,
Mm.
with which automatically the stress hormones will start going low.
Yes, yes. Okay. So this is also another thing, I just wanted to ask you, like, right, the exercises trigger some kind of hormones in us and then, makes us feel good and all that. Now, this is actually what we hear about, even if you're going to the gym or if you're working out or if you're walking, running, any kind of physical activity, also we hear the same kind of thing. So now, is that alone enough, or should we actually focus more on the breathing also?
Yes, we have to. We have to. The reason is here, it is, of course, as you said, the physical aspect is taken care, and also the mental aspect, that is um, the cortisol reducing,
Yes.
adrenaline reducing, then there may be like serotonin increase, oxytocin increase. All that is happening, yes. But when we do the breathing exercises and the meditation,
Mm.
what happens is it works on the vagus nerve.
Okay.
It brings an equilibrium, or the rhythm, the circadian rhythm is comes into
Mm.
harmony.
Right.
It, this all happens in the body only when you are relaxed. See, so
Right.
only I told you, soon after the exercise, breathing exercises, when you meditate, you relax your body.
Excellent.
It is about the, even also talking about the parasympathetic nerve.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sympathetic and parasympathetic nerves, isn't it? So
Mm.
parasympathetic is speaking about your fight and flight mode.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So that activation has to happen.
Yes. And this obviously any proxy is not possible here, and it has to be done by the same person who needs to achieve it.
Yes, yes. It is very simple. You do the physical exercises, yes, to keep your body fit.
Right.
And we have to understand this. Many of the people today are looking forward for the physical fitness.
Mm.
Of course, the mental health also is taken care to a certain extent.
Mm.
But what about the emotional well-being also?
Yes. Yes.
You see, it is how, I make a body fit. Okay.
Mm.
You tell me, can a weak mind handle a strong body?
Yeah. That's true because yeah.
Whereas a strong mind can see
Right.
that the
Yes.
weak body becomes stronger.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So, okay, now if I'm understanding correct, there is this emotional well-being and the mental well-being, which are two different things. They are not the same.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
right. Because like the mentally being fit is also dependent on your emotions handling capacity, I can say, for a person. No matter how strong-willed you are, or how strong you are from outside, from within, from whatever, but unless you handle your emotions the right way, then probably your mental health is not going anywhere.
Right, very rightly said. Rightly said. See, till now, all may it be in schools or the parents, in as the children are growing, they are told, don't get angry.
Yes.
Anger is not good for you. Don't get angry. Sometimes it is told in a beautiful manner, don't get angry.
Yeah, exactly.
so but in the entire journey, none of them would have told them how not to get angry.
Yeah, yeah, that is what matters.
How?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that happens with the processes what we make them do.
Yeah, and also, like what you need to do when you're angry, that is also never taught to anyone.
That's what. How not to do? How not to get angry? Don't get angry. Anger is not good. How?
Yeah,
Isn't it? So all these practices
mm,
will automatically make them calm within.
right.
Because, see, I'll tell you, these breathing exercises are very much related to our mind. I'll
Mm.
tell you, simple example. How is your breath when you're angry?
Yeah, that's true. So you're breathing faster
Fast,
and yeah.
isn't it? It is fast. Whereas, how is it when you go to a serene place, a quiet place, maybe a beach or a place of worship? How is it? How is the
Yeah,
breath?
that's true.
Quite calm and like deep and slow, isn't it?
Mm,
So that shows that your breath is related to your emotions.
that's correct. Yes.
Now, I cannot handle the emotions or your mind
Mm,
on the level of mind.
hmm.
We cannot do it. See, I'll tell you, I'll give you another example also. If I tell you something not to do, your mind, top of your mind will be the same thing.
Yeah, because I'll be curious why I shouldn't I do this. So you keep
No,
thinking about that.
Ah, that is the trait of the mind. What you resist will persist. Now,
Yes.
if I tell you something Smita, please don't think of the food what you have cooked for afternoon. Don't remember that. Don't. The plate will come right in front of you.
Yeah, exactly. I'm already thinking.
See, it is like that. So that is the trait of the mind.
Yeah,
So I cannot handle my mind on the level of the mind.
that's
I have to be using something else, and that is the breath.
okay. Yeah.
There is one more, trait of the mind.
Mm,
It is either going to your past or
yeah.
going to the future.
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
See, it is never in the present moment. But
Ab-
where has it to be?
Yeah.
To be in the present moment.
Yeah.
Why? Because when you are in the present moment, you are actually happy.
Mm,
If
mm.
I'm thinking about the past,
Yeah.
it can be guilt, regret. Oh, of course, some people glorify the past
Right.
also.
Yes.
Oh, my college days were so beautiful.
Yeah.
It is there. But at the same time, when you talk about the future, it is like, there is, when you think, of course, you might be very glad, very anxious to know, but there is anxiety, there is fear, there is uncertainty, isn't it? So this mind keeps oscillating here and there. But then, if I have to bring it to the present moment to keep myself happy, again, I have to work on the breath.
Yeah.
So, breath is what will take care of the mind.
Yeah.
My emotions, my mental state can be in place only with when I work on my
Wow.
breath.
Yeah. Breath. Yeah. 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 Right.
Yes.
Okay, so this is quite interesting to know. And these days, like I said, everything is like fast paced. Nobody has time. Nobody has, not even like 5, 10 minutes free for themselves. So, in what way can they address this? Or how to find time or how to manage this, because if they have to actually go to, like you said, to some serene place or to a place of worship, again the place of worship is also so crowded these days, and like there is no silence or serenity or anything over there anymore.
Mm-hmm. See, that's what I'm telling. For that, they need not go anywhere.
Right.
Once they start the practice of breath, the breathing exercises and meditation, that is the sky meditation. If they start doing that, they
Yeah.
need not go in search. See, it is like, today the people are going in search of peace.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
calmness, peace. They want to go in, they're going in search of peace.
Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
you think I need to go somewhere for that?
Okay. Yeah, it's
No,
within.
it is there within me.
Yeah.
For that matter, people are going in search of happiness. Yeah,
Mm.
they want to go to places, they want to go to parties, and they want to go in search of, like, something where, oh, I will be very happy, isn't it? But
Yeah,
do you think that lasts for long?
that's true.
Again, after a week, oh, what happened? Oh, let me go find some other party. Isn't it?
Yeah.
But if you look at how is a baby? How is a baby?
Yeah, babies are like carefree.
Happy, cheerful, happy and cheerful, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. When I look at a baby also, I too feel that cheerfulness and happiness when immediately we smile, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true.
So by that we understand that our own nature as human is happiness. I am made of happiness
Hmm.
and
Right.
love. Happiness and love is what I'm made of.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
bundle of joy, you say, right? When the baby is
That's
born,
true.
oh, the bundle of joy, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Ah, that's what is my nature. But what am I doing now? Maybe with the external factors, so many things around, I
Hmm.
have forgotten that.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah.
Forgotten that. But actually, happiness is within me.
Hmm.
How? By, like, so many things are there. Like, we should live in the present moment,
Hmm.
not keep our mind oscillating from the past and the future.
Yeah.
And see, all these things, like, understand what, like, so many times we have beautiful points in our courses also.
Hmm.
Like, we shouldn't be looking at the intentions of people.
Right.
And then, like, mistake is a mistake.
Yeah. But
What do we do? That blame game and all that will
uh,
not come in picture at all. Yeah,
yeah. Yeah, but I was just thinking that is it practically possible to, like let go of all these things for
it
a
is.
normal person? So.
It is. It is. I'll tell you how. How it happens is, see, when I am filled with so many things,
Hmm.
with my experiences or with my, like, maybe the anxiety, fear, jealousy, and all that, it is difficult. It is difficult.
Yeah.
But once I begin the practice of breathing exercises and meditation,
Hmm.
slowly those toxins get released. You know something? If 2% of the toxins of my body
Hmm.
get released from my eyes and ears,
Okay.
okay, the remaining, the 10% of it gets released from my stools and urine.
Yeah, right.
The remaining 80%, oh sorry, the 90% gets released from the breath.
Okay.
When I do breathing exercises, the toxins are released.
Yeah, because I think it's the most
So
frequent activity than, like, yeah, the other activities because you're like constantly breathing all the time. So, yeah.
yes. Huh. But then how you breathe matters. Now, if I have not learned the breathing exercises and meditation, there it is, we are doing the shallow breathing.
Mm.
When I'm doing a shallow breathing, I'm hardly using maybe 40% of my lungs
Yeah.
capacity.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whereas when I do the breathing exercises and meditation, the lungs are get more expanded,
Mm.
more of oxygen goes inside, with which you are energized. And when I am energetic, when I am lively, cheerful, automatically all these negative aspects start vanishing.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
example, jealousy, doubt, anxiety, fear, uncertainty, stress levels start coming down.
Okay, yeah. Was there any point in your life that, like that made you decide to get into this? Or was it just, that you wanted to try? Or was there an incident or, like a point where you were pushed to, like, try this out? What made you move into this?
Yeah, it's a beautiful journey till now that I have come to see. What happened was almost more than a decade back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, wherein, as I told you, I was teaching, training people, and there it is that, of course, see, being in this profession of teaching, training, I had also started my counseling,
Mm-hmm.
and what happened was, I don't know, all of a sudden started getting. I was diagnosed with vitamin D deficiency, low BP, and first level depression,
Okay.
and varicose veins, and it was going. My health was like, in a very pathetic condition,
Mm-hmm.
and I like my food was less and the medicine was more.
Okay.
I was losing my weight also was had reduced drastical reduction in my uh, even my weight, and of course doctors were treating me and all that.
Mm-hmm.
uh, Meanwhile, what happened was, I suddenly developed some kind of ulcers kind of thing entire from my mouth,
Mm-hmm.
from the tongue tip of my tongue in the entire throat,
Okay.
and I literally couldn't even utter a word.
Mm-hmm.
You can understand, this is an asset for
Mm-hmm.
a trainer teacher. We need to
Yeah.
use this, and it so happened that it wasn't reducing at home. They tried with all kind of medicines at home and all that. After a span of a fortnight, maybe, when it didn't reduce, I went and visited the doctor.
Okay.
The doctor thought it was, chronic anemia case.
Mm-hmm.
In chronic anemia, this happens. So maybe the hemoglobin has gone low.
Oh,
She checked my hemoglobin immediately, and the reports were pretty normal.
okay.
She's like, "What is this then? You just wait for some time. We'll see." She made me wait for half an hour or so, and then she calls me in
Mm.
and she tells me, Nivedita, please go and do the Art of Living course.
Uh-huh, okay.
And I'm like, what is this? Okay, I knew what is Art of Living
Mm.
just as a non-profit organization which is doing great. It is like working towards the betterment of the society is what I had an idea. That's all.
Yeah.
But of course, I did a bit of yoga and all that at home.
Mm.
But I didn't. Then I said I cannot travel to Bangalore. She asked me to go to Bangalore from
Okay.
my city, that is Hooghly.
Mm.
So I said I wouldn't be able to travel. My baby is small. My daughter was quite young then. And
Mm-hmm.
then I kept on wondering, and I just Googled, and I found it to be very close to my house. There was a Pan India program going to happen.
Oh,
And I went and registered for the course, which is a 4-day course, uh, 4 days or 6 days course. So I joined the course and I did it very sincerely. I did the course, and we have 42 days of practice after the course is completed. That
okay.
is because your rhythmic cycle should get set.
Mm-hmm.
The practice is being taught has to be set in you, and it becomes a practice also. So I went ahead, did the course, completed it, and then I went and asked the doctor. See, if anybody else asked me to do it, okay, I would think, okay, they are spiritually connected, or
Yeah,
maybe
true.
why you as a doctor
Yeah.
asked me to do it first? And that time, what she told me
Mm-hmm.
kept me stunned. Uh, she told me there was a nerve coming from the brain to the jawline, which
Okay.
was getting due
Oh,
to
okay. Okay.
nerve brain to the jawline was getting damaged due to stress. And if I had to leave it just like that, within a span of a week or so, you would have had a stroke.
Oh my God. Okay. Okay.
And then I was shocked to hear that.
Mm, mm.
But oh my, medicine nothing only because कुछ कर लिया breathing exercises and
Yeah.
some bit of nutrition does so much of impact.
Yeah. Yeah.
I went back home and I did lots of study on the Google, YouTube. I saw videos. I got to know, and there I got to know that this kind of meditation is it is a proven study from the IMS. Even Harvard has made a study and got proven results of it. It has a scientific reason for why we do the practice of Sudarshan Kriya. And then there was, I don't think there was a look back after that.
Yeah.
I went from any course it was, I used to be in that. A lot of positivity was there. I could sense that. And it had transformed me. I swear after that, till date, I haven't got those kind of ulcers again.
Wow. Amazing. Amazing. This is really interesting to know, Nivedita. I'm so happy that I actually connected with you, and I hope the viewers also connect to this, the episode, and then they actually learn how important it is to, get rid of stress.
I say, what happens, many a times we don't know how to handle it.
That's true.
I know I'm stressed. I know there is trouble. There is no one to share.
Yeah. Yeah.
We are hesitant to share. See, if you go back earlier days, people used to sit on this, what you call it, the steps in front of the house, or they had those, like, somewhere, some below the trees. People went, or they went along for a walk and shared.
Mm.
Today, that is not happening. There is no expression at all.
Yeah.
It be children, be it be adults, people are going with the mask everywhere. They aren't sharing.
Yeah.
So, what happens is that is leading to kind of different kinds of ailments.
That's
For
true.
that matters, in such a young age, people having blood pressure,
Yeah.
thyroids, infertility, they're getting into diabetes,
Yeah.
thyroid, anxiety issues,
That's true.
anger management, mismanagement of anger or anger issues
Yes.
is leading to so many wrong deeds in your life. And
Absolutely.
nothing can bring that back. Nothing can bring that back. That moment of rage.
Mm.
See, I have accepted courses even in the prison.
Yeah. That's right.
There it is like they are there because of that one moment of rage, and they are from somewhere they have landed up. They don't even they cannot even imagine.
Yeah. Yeah.
There they get to know the importance of freedom. They understand, oh, what is that is happening. So there we train the inmates in the cell that how they can manage their mind, how
Wow.
they can stay calm and they can take action. It
Yeah.
need not be violent action.
That's true. Yeah. Wow, this is a commendable journey, Nivedita. I'm so glad we did this. I am so happy to connect with you, actually. This is like amazing, and I think that we should connect again to, like shed more light and, like the more knowledge about this, because one episode I think will not do justice to this, in my opinion. So we are going to connect again. So there is going to be a part two of this episode again. So viewers should be waiting. But for today, I think we'll have to let you go, Nivedita. It's so nice connecting with you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for encouraging us. Thank you so much for enlightening us about meditation, about the breathing practices, and about, like the importance of stress. Wow. Thank you.
Thank you, Sudha, for giving this opportunity. And I pray, I wish that many people are benefited with this and they lead a calm, happy, stress-free life. That is what is our motto.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, so that was Nivedita Srinath here on Asamanya Ordinary People in Ordinary Journey. So today we spoke about a lot about the breathing and the stress relieving and the mental health and the physical well-being and everything. So next time, as we promised, we're going to come up with Nivedita Srinath again and talk about meditation and only meditation and different forms of meditation and how to do it, whether it should be guided, non-guided, what kinds of meditation you can do, and which one is suitable for you. Every single detail about meditation and your mental well-being. We're going to talk about it next week. So stay tuned, subscribe the channel, share with your friends, help them also benefit with this wonderful information. This is your host and host Smita Iyengar signing off for today from Asamanya Ordinary People in Ordinate Journey. Next week, I'm going to come up with more stories and more information about meditation specifically from Nivedita Srinath. So stay tuned. Bye for now. Take care.